McLaren Formula One team boss Zak Brown says Oscar Piastri doesn't need to pick himself up after narrowly missing out on the 2025 title to teammate Lando Norris. Subscribe F1 Threat for more information. Formula One news every day. McLaren duo Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri locked horns throughout the 24-race campaign, with just 13 points separating them after Abu Dhabi as the former lifted his first world title. Winning 7 races apiece, Piastri served as the championship favourite for the first half of the season, before a slump in the second half between Azerbaijan and Sao Paulo derailed his charge. Speaking after the Abu Dhabi finale, team boss Zak Brown was full of praise for the job Piastri did in 2025 and has backed him as a future world champion. "He is a future world champion," Brown said. "Both our guys won 7 races, drove brilliantly, they supported each other. It's a cruel sport. Things sometimes go your way, sometimes they don't. That's out of your control. But I'm excited to go racing with these 2 guys next year. I don't think he needs to pick himself up. He should be proud. He won 7 races, led the championship. Of course he'll be disappointed, but I don't think there's anything he needs to pick himself up from. I think he just needs to go again. I think we've learnt a lot this year, but as far as letting our guys race, we let them race all the way down to the end, including Oscar doing a pass around the outside on Norris on lap 1 in Abu Dhabi. So, we're definitely going to continue with that, but I think, like you do every weekend, you learn, you refine. We'll work with the drivers and go. We'll give you equal opportunities or things you want to do differently and the way you do that. We've got 2 guys capable of winning the World Championship. We'll see what happens next year." Norris's title marks McLaren's first since 2008, when Lewis Hamilton was world champion. Lando Norris believes McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri will be a world champion one day after denying him a maiden F1 world title in 2025. Norris clinched his first world championship by finishing 3rd at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as he ended the campaign just 2 points ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen and 13 clear of Piastri. It marked F1's closest finish in 15 years and saw Norris become the 11th Briton to win the Drivers' Championship. Norris was 34 points down on teammate Piastri, with 9 races remaining but a brilliant run of form, including back-to-back victories in Mexico and Brazil, propelled him to the top of the F1 standings. The 26-year-old Briton held his nerve in a tense finale at Yas Marina to get his maiden F1 driver's crown over the line. But Norris has backed Piastri, who led the championship for 15 rounds in 2025, to triumph in the future. "I had 2 other guys who were pretty freaking fast and certainly made my life tough this year," Norris said. "Oscar the whole way since round 1, I knew he was probably going to be the toughest guy to beat. And then, you can never count out Max. He's Max. We certainly never counted him out, and for anyone who might have done, he proved you wrong. I'm glad we kept ourselves on our toes, and we were ready for such a thing, but a pleasure to fight Max, 4-time world champion. For me to have those fights against him, and enjoy those moments, maybe not always enjoy them, but some of them, but just to share the track and fight against another world champion like him, and certainly Oscar as well, who will be a world champion. I really enjoyed this season because of that. As much as they made my life hell a lot of the time, those moments I almost enjoyed the most." Norris and Piastri helped McLaren claim the Constructors' World Championship title for the 2nd year running. Norris has confirmed he will use the number 1 on his car as he looks to defend his world title in 2026. The 2026 F1 season begins on the 8th of March with the Australian Grand Prix. What do you think? Write your opinion in the comments below.